The Ojude Oba festival is a cultural and exuberant spectacle of sound, color, and joie de vivre sponsored by the telecom powerhouse, Globacom, and other corporate bodies. It is a full-day celebration of the very best of Ijebu culture and traditions. The festival, held in the forecourt, the eponymous Ojude Oba of the monarch, is an annual event celebrating the culture and traditions of the Ijebu people, while paying homage to the king, Alaiyeluwa Oba, Dr. Sikiru Adetona, Ogbagba II, Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland. Without doubt, one of Nigeria's longest reigning monarchs, the Awujale of Ijebuland ascended the throne of his fathers in 1960 after a short stint studying accountancy in the United Kingdom. Oba Adetona, the 58th monarch of Ijebuland, who celebrated his 62nd year on the throne and his 88th birthday on May 10, 2022, is an unapologetic champion of Ijebu culture and traditions. This is not surprising because, as the Awujale, Oba Adetona is the custodian of his people's cultural mores and traditional ethos. Described often as sagacious, courageous, charismatic, and dependable, he is a nationally revered figure who is also well regarded at home. The Ojude Oba festival, which now takes place in a purpose-built pavilion sited across from the Awujale's palace, is the annual commemoration of all things Ijebu and an opportunity for people drawn from across Ijebuland, Nigeria, and the diaspora to pay homage to a king who has ruled with candor, objectivity, and sincerity, while espousing the highest ideas of the Yoruba Omoluabi ethos. The Ojude Oba festival is celebrated every year in Ijebu on the third day of the Muslim Eid al-Kabir, a colorful and spectacular carnival. The festival brings the town to a halt, with every focus at the pavilion, where the festival proper takes place. Guests and participants begin streaming through the royal archway as early as 7 a.m. in order to secure vantage positions within the pavilion. To watch the procession is to be suffused in color and sound, as the Regbe, the age grades who are organized around 3-year circles with titles reflecting significant events during the period of their birth, arrive. Beginning in 1845 to 1848, with the Egbe Mafowoku of Ijebu as extant records indicate, the youngest age grade is believed to be the Egbe Obaneye Obinri Akile Ijebu, encompassing those born between 1983 and 1985. The Regbe is believed to have been revived and revitalized by the Awujale after suffering a fissure during the British colonial era. Struck by the tenacity of purpose and unnerved by the spirit of cooperation engendered in Ijebuland by the Regbe age grades, the British sought to sunder that bond through the institution of the native councils, which was employed to usurp the powers of the traditional elders' council. The coming of Oba Adetona revived and gave renewed zest to the Regbe, who are now a key part of the Ojude Oba festival and a springboard for Ijebu development, relevance, and ascendancy. The Ojude Oba festival experienced a 2-year hiatus on account of the global COVID-19 pandemic. So, the 2022 festival, which held on Monday, 5th July 2022, was expected to be spectacular and turbocharged. So, it proved to be, with the Regbe arriving early in their fineries and taking their place in sections reserved for them in the pavilion. Their position around the pavilion, marked by drumming, dancing, and praise singing, which peaks with the paying of tributes and presentation of gifts to the Awujale, marks a special high point of the festival. And this year, the Egbe Obayori Okunri Ashiwaju came tops as the best dressed age grade and won a 500,000 naira cash prize donated by Globacom. Egbe Tobalashe Okunri and Egbe Babamayogu went home with 300,000 naira and 200,000 naira respectively as first and second runners-up in the male category. While Egbe Babamayogu Obinri Ashiwaju came first with Agbe Arobayo Obinri and Egbe Tobalashe Obinri emerging as runners-up, winning the same prizes in the female category. But where the Regbe represent the social element of the festival, there is also another part of the festivities that is a throwback to a time when kings went to war and conquered lands and secured heavy victories. Back then, a king setting out to war was backed by his balogus and the revered horsemen, Alaiyeluwa. The martial procession of the balogus and the Alaiyeluwa at the Ojude Oba festival is a symbolic and grand, yet solemn affair, recalling the military might of the Ijebu kingdom and the prowess of those who have sworn allegiance to protect the people and the king. The procession of the balogus and the Alaiyeluwa, draped in their fineries atop their ornamented horses, is preceded and punctuated by their gunshots and equestrian dexterity, drawing screams and cheers in equal measure from the audience. This year's procession featured 21 families, including the Balogu Kuku, Balogu Alaosha, Balogu Shote, Balogu Oyowole, Balogu Odunuga, Balogu Gamugasha families, among others. Balogu Kuku was adjudged the best in skills and dexterity on their horses, while Balogu Odunuga and Balogu Gamugasha came second and third, winning 500,000 naira, 300,000 naira, and 200,000 naira, respectively. The Ojude Oba is enlivened by Globacom, a company founded by Otumba Dr. Michael Adeniyi Adenuga Jr., GCON, which has been collaborating with the Ojude Oba Planning Committee as main sponsor since 2006. Globacom has made the support of traditional institutions and cultural festivals a key brand building strategy. The company has supported the Ojude Oba Festival for over a decade, but its support is ethnic and tribe agnostic, extending past Ijebuland to cover the Lishabi Festival and Onitsha Ofala Festival, among others.